A movie can earn $1.5 billion today and still miss this list. That is how high the bar has become. These are the 10 highest grossing films ever released, ranked by worldwide box office, and number 5 never came from Hollywood at all. In the 10th place, Inside Out 2 establishes our list's entry threshold, amassing an unadjusted lifetime worldwide gross of $1.7 billion. Pixar's biggest hit follows Riley into the chaotic world of adolescence, introducing anxiety as the narrative's central emotional hook. This highly anticipated sequel struck a massive chord with global audiences, earning over $652 million domestically, which accounts for more than 38% of its total. In summer 2024, it claimed the crown as the highest-grossing animated movie in history. However, its reign at the very top lasted only 8 months, showing how fast these box office records can change. Number 9 is Zootopia 2, which amassed an unadjusted lifetime gross of $1.87 billion. Arriving 9 years after the original film, this sequel brought back officers Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde to capture a patient fan base. The film dominated theaters from its start, taking in $556 million worldwide in its first 5 days, making it the second largest Thanksgiving debut in history. Strong international attendance, particularly from Chinese theaters, drove the final total far past the original film's $1 billion threshold. Although it fell short of taking the supreme animation crown, this run proved the enduring event-level demand of these characters. 8th place is Spider-Man: No Way Home, which brought in a worldwide total of $1.91 billion. Released in December 2021, this blockbusting crossover arrived during a precarious period of pandemic-era theatrical recovery. It shattered expectations by becoming the first pandemic-era film to pass the $1 billion mark. Sony and Marvel achieved this by keeping a tight lid on the appearances of Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, who joined Tom Holland to unite 3 generations of Spider-Man. This intense secrecy drove opening night crowds to experience the film in packed theaters, resulting in viral reaction videos and highly spoiler-sensitive shared viewing. It remains the final film on the list to finish below the $2 billion threshold. In 7th place, Avengers: Infinity War achieved a worldwide gross of approximately $2.05 billion, standing as the first superhero film to cross the $2 billion threshold. The film set a record-breaking pace, crossing the $1 billion mark in only 11 days. Audiences rushed to theaters, driven by a serialized narrative that built toward an unresolved ending. The infamous finger snap by Thanos, which wiped out half of all life, left viewers in suspense. Because Marvel planned this film and its sequel as a single, cohesive story from the start, this ultimate cliffhanger guaranteed massive theatrical demand for the next chapter. In 6th place, Star Wars: The Force Awakens captured the global box office with an incredible lifetime worldwide total of $2.07 billion. Arriving a decade after the prequel trilogy, this highly anticipated relaunch blended beloved legacy elements with a new generation of heroes and villains, introducing Rey, Finn, and Kylo Ren. To ground the sci-fi universe, the production team prioritized physical sets and practical effects, including building a fully functional, rolling BB-8 prop. Archival reports from December 2015 documented fans lining up for blocks ahead of midnight screenings. This massive excitement fueled a historic run, generating approximately $936 million across the domestic market of the United States and Canada, establishing a regional record that still stands. Number 5 is Ne Zha 2, the Chinese animated sequel that completely shook up the global box office in early 2025. With a verified lifetime total of approximately $2.26 billion, it sits just below Titanic as the only non-Hollywood production in the top 10. Launched at the very start of the highly competitive Chinese New Year theatrical holiday, the movie occupied over 93,000 screens nationwide. Universal cultural familiarity and localized mythological storytelling triggered massive repeat viewings, which meant almost 93% of its entire revenue came directly from mainland China. By dominating its massive home territory, this fantasy sequel sailed past Inside Out 2 to become the highest-grossing animated movie in this specific chart snapshot. It proves how concentrated holiday screens, domestic market scale, and passionate local audiences can produce a global top 5 total. In fourth place, Titanic holds an audited lifetime worldwide total of $2,264,812,968, placing it immediately above Ne Zha 2's fifth place snapshot. This 1997 disaster epic became a global phenomenon, establishing itself as the very first film to cross the $1 billion mark in theatrical history. Director James Cameron pushed physical filmmaking to its absolute limits by constructing a nearly full-scale replica of the ship in a massive water tank. This ambitious production paid off, winning 11 Academy Awards and tying the all-time Oscar record. Powered by passionate repeat viewings and a historically long theatrical run, the romance held the global box office crown for 12 consecutive years. Today, it stands as a defining monument to how pure event filmmaking can sustain immense theatrical power and influence over decades. In third place, Avatar. The Way of Water reached a chart-audited lifetime worldwide total of approximately $2.32 billion. Audiences eagerly returned to the oceans of Pandora 13 years after the original film, proving that long-term anticipation could still translate into historic ticket sales. To realize this massive aquatic epic, the production pioneered underwater performance capture, requiring the cast to undergo extensive breath training to act for minutes at a time inside submerged tanks. This technical gamble paid off, making it the first movie sequel in theatrical history to cross the $2 billion threshold. The run was driven by delayed demand for premium format 3D spectacle. This achievement also cemented a legendary directorial record, placing 3 of James Cameron's films within the top 4 slots of the global box office chart. In second place, Avengers. Endgame commands a massive lifetime, worldwide total of $2.8 billion. Serving as the epic climax to 22 interconnected Marvel films, this milestone resolved the battle against Thanos and featured the definitive sacrifice of Iron Man. The massive narrative build-up triggered intense spoiler urgency, fueling historic advanced ticket sales and repeat theatrical viewings. It shattered records by drawing $357 million during its domestic opening weekend, anchoring a global debut that surged past $1 billion in its very first weekend. This domestic opening record stood unchallenged for 7 years until July 2026. Driven by accumulated fan investment, this immense financial surge allowed the superhero epic to briefly conquer the top global box office spot in 2019, securing its legacy as a monumental theatrical phenomenon. And finally, in first place, Avatar stands as the undisputed king of the global box office with an astronomical lifetime total of $2,923,710,708. James Cameron's sci-fi epic originally debuted in December 2009 with a modest $77 million domestically, but it held the top spot for 7 consecutive weeks. This historic run relied on a revolutionary virtual camera and performance capture workflow that brought Pandora to life. Driven by premium format 3D spectacle, massive international appeal, and repeat business, the film held the all-time crown for over a decade. While Avengers Endgame briefly snatched the title in 2019, a massive 2021 re-release in China brought in an extra $58 million, reversing the record and returning the crown to Cameron. Which film do you think cracks the top 10 next? Subscribe to the channel for more updated box office rankings. Across these 10 giants, one truth emerges. The global box office is no longer Hollywood's exclusive playground. True theatrical dominance now requires capturing diverse international markets. Which movie do you think cracks the top 10 next? Subscribe for our updated rankings.